Hey, women of God, how are you tonight? I wanted to come on and share a video, share my story, and also hopefully encourage you. I won't be on long. I know you're like, what in the world? She got flowers on. I did a video shoot today, woohoo! And it's pertaining to something exciting that's gonna benefit you and us. And yeah, so I don't want to give it away, but it's gonna be exciting. Hey, Lorna. But yeah, I wanted to share with you something that we actually talked about on the prayer line. I think it was last Friday, and we were just kind of fellowshipping about how we, as women of God that are celibate till marriage, how there are going to be times when you're disappointed in relationships because a lot of times different men that you meet, they may not be on the same page and they may not be celibate like you are, things like that. So I want to share a story and I want to encourage you as well. So just like the title, oh, I guess it doesn't have it. I don't see it, but the title I put in the title part is, So He Ghosted Me After I Told Him I Was Celibate. And really for me, it was like, I had this happen more than once where everything starts off, there's definite attraction, definite chemistry. You find out they're saved, you find out they're Christians, so you're like, yes. But then at some point, like I always say, let them know up front you're celibate, you're abstinent, you're a virgin. Let them know up front. And so I had done that. And a lot of times people are kind of like, well, maybe you shouldn't bring it up front so early. No, in most cases with men, they're thinking about sex anyway. They're thinking about sex the first time they meet you. Men think about sex all the time if they're really, really honest. And some of them had told me they've been honest. Yeah, I think about it all the time. When I saw you, I was like, yeah, she can get it. I'm like, what? She can get it. But they were honest. So because of that, you want to state your standard up front. So the minute the conversation turns towards sex, which is normally in the beginning, as they're asking you about when was your last, the same old questions. When was your last relationship? Why are you still single? Blah, 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 blah. Now, I find with me, the celibacy or the fact that I'm a virgin comes up when they ask me, either why are you still single or why did you break up from your last relationship? So for me, I can say something like, he was a great guy. He just didn't want to wait. He wasn't willing to be celibate. So that off rip tells them right then, if you want to be with me, this is my standard. This is my expectation. So in most cases, the guy right then and there can make a decision, whether or not he wants to do that or not. So I guess I wanted to do this video because as women of God with standards, it can be disappointing, disheartening when you run into a lot of situations that you tell the guy you're celibate, and even though they say they're Christian, you find out they're not. I was going to say they're not an active Christian, but they're not living the lifestyle. They just believe without the works part. You know how they say the faith without works is dead? They got the belief, but they're not doing the works. And part of the works as far as a lifestyle for us as women of God is being, having that lifestyle of being celibate till marriage, whether we've done it all our lives or just made the decision to do it. You're in this group, so God put it on your heart somewhere down the line. So going forward, these are the types of conversations that you're going to have. So I just want to prepare you up front so that if you get ghosted after you meet someone, after you exchange numbers, after you go on your first date and everything is wonderful and he's opening doors for you, paying for the meal and being a complete total gentleman, and then you tell him you're celibate and he may act cool with it up front. You ask him things like, is this a deal breaker for you? And he'll be like, yeah, no, that's not a deal breaker. And this one guy, he was like, well, I've never had a relationship without sex, but it's not a deal breaker. They'll say all the right things, but as time goes on, you find out their pursuit is not as strong as what they were doing up front. So I mainly wanted to come on here tonight and let you know, woman of God, don't get discouraged. The man of God that God has for you is going to wait with you, because he's going to be a true man of God himself. And if he doesn't, if he's not willing to do it, let him go. It's good that he goes early on, so that way your feelings aren't attached, your heart's not attached. You can just be like, next, he wasn't the one. Thank you, Lord, for showing me early, and keep it moving. Keep it moving. Make sure you wait on the God for the one that God sends you, the one that God has for you, and the one that God sends you will be willing to wait for you. There's going to be, like I said, there's going to be some guys, they may act all in at first. They may ghost you, or they may do the slow fade away. There was one guy I went out with a few weeks. We were going out to dinner, dancing, movie, blah, 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 blah. I loved ballroom dance. I love that. So we were doing all these different things. And as soon as I mentioned to him that I was saving myself for my husband, he slowly faded away. And that's an example that it doesn't matter if you say it up front or a little later, because with him, I waited a little later because I was like, okay, I really like him. I want to go out. I want to see. Maybe he'll, like me. Because that's how women, we like, maybe he'll like me and it won't really matter. If a guy, if all he wants is sex from you, then as soon as he realizes he's not going to get it, he's going to get gone. And that's okay. Say, bless your heart, love them, Godspeed. When I say love them, I'm talking about agape love. I'm not talking about, romantic love. I'm talking about bid them Godspeed and let them go. And don't get discouraged when they either fade away or ghost you. Know that the man of God that God has for you is for you and will be willing to wait. And continue to wait on God for him, because there are going to be a lot of counterfeits that's going to come. But continue to wait on God for him, and you will find that the wait will be worth it. All right, just wanted to come on and share that. Hope you're having a beautiful day. And this is Kim Brooks, KimOnTheWeb.com. And like I always say, be and stay encouraged.